5 celebrities who got their start in horror movies.
Jamie Lee Curtis, John Travolta, Demi Moore, Brooke Shields, and
MaXXXine fucking minx.
I don't like walking out here with that freaking Night Stalker guy in the loose.
The Night Stalker.
Night Stalker?
Night Stalker.
He's terrorizing Los Angeles.
I can handle myself.
So said every dead girl in Hollywood.
Hello everyone, welcome to another movie review. I just got done seeing MaXXXine, which is the third film in Ty West's X trilogy, I guess it's called. Of course, 2 years ago we got X, the movie. It's just called X, and then we got a prequel to X called Pearl. I did reviews for both movies back when they came out. If you want to go and look at those to get my full in-depth thoughts on those movies, but I'll just say I was a big fan of both movies. I preferred Pearl over X. I just thought it was just a better character study. I prefer that kind of movie, and Mia Goth, who plays the lead in all three films, actually, she was fantastic in both movies. So this is supposed to be the third and final film. I think recently Ty West said he might continue and make another movie. I personally don't think you should. I think this was a good enough ending, and just have it as a trilogy. You don't want to overdo it, because honestly I don't know what else they could do after this, but overall I thought the movie was very good. I will say, I hate to say this like right at the beginning of the video for people that are like eager to see the movie, I am slightly underwhelmed with the actual like ending of the movie. As the ending to the trilogy, I thought it was fine, but like the ending of the movie felt a little weird for me. Like the third act overall felt kind of, I don't want to say rushed, but it felt very, like it felt kind of messy. I'll just say this, like in the third act there's a lot of, I guess I'll say, action, and it felt very kind of sloppily put together. Now I don't know if that was intentional, because this movie does take place in the 80s. It has a very 80s aesthetic. Very much like the first film took place in the 70s. It very much had like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre kind of feel to it, Same with Pearl. It took place in the 1910s and had a very Technicolor, kind of like Wizard of Oz kind of feel to it, even though the Wizard of Oz was, the 30s. But all three films do a great job of being a timepiece, like capturing the aesthetic of the era that they take place in. Like this movie felt super 80s. Like it was very cool. Honestly, my favorite aspect of this movie was the 80s aesthetic. Like they did a fantastic job with that. Mia Goth, of course, is fantastic as MaXXXine. Like seriously, this does take place 6 years, I believe, after X. So she is playing MaXXXine in this, obviously. And I was wondering if the movie would incorporate this. She does carry a lot of trauma, I guess, from the first movie. So I thought that was very well done. And her new sort of persona she has now is, she's obviously like an actress now, and she's much more serious. She did a very good job in this movie, like seriously. I still think Pearl is the best performance out of all three, hands down. I'm sure everybody will agree with that one. That was a hell of a performance. But she was still great in this, like I said. So, basically the movie follows MaXXXine, like I said, a couple years after X, and now she's pursuing a career in Hollywood. And if you've seen the trailers, in the year 1985, there was a serial killer named the Night Stalker. Now, before this movie, I had heard of him, but I never really, knew a lot about him. I knew he killed women and whatnot, and it is an aspect in this movie. And I thought that was very well done, too. Now, there is also a mystery aspect in the movie, which I'm not going to delve too much into because it's spoilers, obviously. I don't know if it was just me. I knew what the mystery was right away. Like, I knew... like when it was revealed, I was not surprised in the slightest. Now that's not a negative to the movie, I guess. I'm sure some people might not pick up on it. It still was well done. But I just knew what it was. So, and like I said, the third act was kind of messy for me. I don't know, something about it just kind of fell apart a little bit. But overall, though, like, the movie was very, very well done, And I guess another thing, too, I don't know what the budget was, because believe it or not, X and Pearl both had, like, a $1 million budget, and that was it. And they did a great job making those movies on such a low budget. Maybe that's what it was with this movie. I'm sure it had a higher budget, but not by much, probably, considering how successful the first two movies were. I'm sure A24, gave some more money. But something about the third act, I don't know if it was low budget or whatever. It just felt very weird to me. Yeah, I don't know. But overall, the movie was very good. To be honest, again, I hate being negative, but it is my least favorite of the three movies, probably. Yeah, it just is, I think. So, but still, I'm going to give it like an 8 out of 10. It didn't blow me away. I did have somewhat of a high expectation with this one, considering how good the first two were, and just wondering, like, okay, how is this all going to wrap up? Like I said, good ending to the trilogy, but the ending of the movie itself just didn't really, I don't know, it just felt like something was missing, I guess. And there is gore, obviously. It is a horror film, and the gore is very good. There is one part in particular that's sort of like, I don't want to say too much. It's probably, I want to say the first, like, gory moment in the movie, I want to say. I think it was the first. It's definitely one of the first, but you'll know what I'm talking about when you see it. It'll make you, like, it'll make your jaw drop. It's so shocking. Yeah. And then this is a stacked cast too. You got, like, Kevin Bacon, Giancarlo Esposito, who's great in everything. Halsey's in there, Bobby Cannavale. There's a lot of people in this movie, and everybody does a good job. Some people don't have a lot of screen time, actually, like, at all, which surprised me. But like I said, the movie was good. It just wasn't, it didn't blow my mind. I'm slightly underwhelmed, like I said. There's a guy I watch on here, his name's Cody Leach. He does a lot of horror movie reviews, and I take his opinion very seriously. I usually agree with him on, like, a lot of films he reviews, and I watched his little out of theater reaction to this. I didn't watch his full review yet, but I saw his out of theater reaction to this movie, and he said it stuck the landing. So I was like, okay, if he says this stuck the landing, then that means this stuck the landing. And I feel like it did. Like I said, it just wasn't everything I wanted, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. Because I saw, like, beforehand, some people were giving this, like, somewhat bad reviews. Like, I think IGN or somebody gave it, like, a 6 out of 10. Or I was like, what? There's no way. But for me, this is an 8. I feel like it was a solid 8. Nothing more, nothing less. 80s aesthetic was fantastic, like I said, and all the characters were good. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say, to be honest. I'm not going to do a spoiler section. Like I said, once you see the movie, you'll know what I mean exactly by that third act stuff. And there was a couple things, too, where I was like, wait, that doesn't really make sense. I don't want to elaborate on it, but that's really about it. That's MaXXXine. Let me know in the comments how you would rank the three films. For me, like I said, it's Pearl is the best, and then X, and then MaXXXine. But I think I gave those like 8.5 out of 10, if I remember correctly. I don't know. But this one's just gonna be an 8. I didn't like totally love it, but still a good time. So really, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching, and I believe my next movie review is going to be Deadpool and Wolverine. That comes out in about 3 weeks, and I cannot wait. That's the film of the year right there. Unless I'm forgetting something that's something else is coming out in between. But yeah, stay tuned for that, and that's really about it. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good one. Bye-bye.